Welcome to another episode on our channel. We've been done for a bit with our giveaway gift process. Towards that end, I had purchased a few figures from Sideshow, and during the process, I was able to get a hold of 3 free gifts from Sideshow, and they happen to be the same thing: Boba Fett, Mandalorian, Star Wars, Boba Fett. And I had intended to use one of them as a possible giveaway gift prize. And another one I wanted to kind of basically keep. But when I saw it, I wasn't quite in love with it until I saw on eBay that they were selling unbranded heads of Boba Fett. And I got one of those, put it on the figure, and instantly fell in love with it. So I'm definitely keeping that now. And the third one I wanted to make into Cobb Vanth, because Cobb Vanth had Boba Fett's rocket launcher, helmet, some of his equipment, and so forth. And I thought if I could just get a hold of a Cobb Vanth head and a red shirt, I'd be good to go. And sure enough, it turned out wonderfully. I took some artistic license with it, but it looks great to me. So I'm a happy camper. I cannibalized some of that clothing for another custom I'm thinking about doing in the near future. But I cannibalized the helmet and the rocket launcher to do something to a figure I already have. So to do what I wanted to do, I needed basically 3 things. Some of the things from the Boba Fett figure, the helmet and the rocket launcher that he had on his back. I needed canvas. This is shaped like the Western Lake scarf I put on Cobb Vanth, but I needed canvas because I needed to put it in dark tea, boiling dark tea, and change the color of it to make it this kind of brown, kind of antique looking brown. And a towel like this, that was really much more beat up than this towel is, because I wanted to use some of the ribbing for a shoulder strap. So what we'll do is pause, and I just want to have you key in on what's here in terms of the ribbing, because you'll see what parts I used to make what I ended up making. So we'll be right back. So of course I have the Mandalorian and the child, Grogu. And I have seen other versions of the Mandalorian and Grogu made by Hot Toys that are just as cute, just as adorable. And I thought I might try to make some of the accessories I saw on one of them. It's not a perfect match with what you see on Sideshow, but what I ended up doing is I made the shoulder bag that holds Grogu out of a towel like this. So I cut everything from here on up, a piece out, and folded it. Right. So that folded like that, a little smaller actually. I sewed it on one end here to close it up, and after it was cut here, I sewed it along the bottom to close it up, and then I folded it a little bit to give it a little rounded look on each end. So that would be the carrier for Grogu. And then there's this little band here that you can see running across the towel. And I cut it as straight as I possibly could, this width right here. And I use that as a shoulder strap to use for this thing. So it would match basically, what Grogu was holding, not Grogu, the Mandalorian was holding Grogu in. I wanted it to match. Then in the Mandalorian and Grogu figure that I saw where I saw this set up, they also had some canvas-like wrapped cargo holders, I guess, is maybe the best way to say it. Something's on the inside of it. It looks like a present, but he's carrying blankets or something. I don't know. So I had canvas. This is canvas I used to make the Western Light scarf for Cobb Van. I just used a deep hue of red to fabric paint to change it to the right color. But instead of using red with the canvas I had, I put it in boiling hot dark tea. And if you do that for some length of time, it'll come out like this color, which is very different than this color. Gives it a nice, warm, antique-like look. And that's what I was going for. So imagine this is square. This is really not square at all. But let me just fold it so it kind of looks square. Because in the picture of the other Mandalorian, the one I didn't have, he's carrying, and imagine it's got foam in it, so it gives it some width. He's carrying like something like this on something that he's holding over his shoulders. So this little thing, this thing is hanging from. And what I did to make it look like a present, I guess, but that it was wrapped shut, was I used the same thing I used for the shoulder strap to put a line horizontally and vertically around this container, whatever it was housing. Obviously you're probably going to put foam in it, or I did, cotton, foam, material, anything, just to give it some width, basically. And then I made a round one and used the ribbing too here that I used for the strap. I used that to wrap around that too. So we're going to pause. I'm going to get the Mandalorian and the child out, and you'll actually see two children, two Grogus. And now my dilemma is, which one do I prefer the most? Or can it be a composite? We'll figure that out, though. We'll be right back. So the original Mandalorian and the child that I have is Grogu here in the pram. So it's just part of the scan. And Grogu is just sitting in the pram alongside the Mandalorian. The Mandalorian is present, and this rifle blaster on his back is present. That's it, unless you want to put the rocket pack on him. He has his cape, but that's it. In the other Mandalorian that I've seen on Sideshow, they have this thing. They have this thing. See, that's the strap I was telling you about. They have this thing. And then they have Grogu. Or the Mandalorian has Grogu, and he's carrying him in this little bag. So I thought that would be cute to try to see if I could make it. And yeah, it was doable. This is a couple of nails. There's a little piece of wood in the middle, all been put together. And then the tea-dyed canvas was wrapped around it. And then same thing with this. There's nothing foam in it. I think I used paper towels, actually. Just folded them up and put them in there. Same here. I think I used paper towels to fold it up and put it on the inside, and then try to make a circle as best as I could. And then since the Mandalorian had confiscated the helmet, Boba Fett's helmet, and rocket launcher from Codvan, I put those things on there too. And voila. Now, the only problem when you do this is now I'm kind of like going, how do I want to pose this guy? Grogu is adorable here, and yet having him in a pram is just as adorable as well. So I'm at a loss now. But I have two to choose from. And I can tell you, this cost me nothing. A couple nails, some wood in between, the canvas wrapped around it. I think I used wire to wrap the nails to the wood. Plant wire, green wire, because it's easy to bend. This didn't cost me anything, just a towel that was on its way out, where I cut the strap, little of the decoration, and made it into a strap, right? Wrapped it up, and again with canvas that was tea dyed, used the same strap to wrap that one up. And here's the helmet. Where is it? Here. And it's just hanging from this thing, as is the rocket launcher in the back. So, yeah, it gives me choices, but I definitely don't have to buy an entirely new figure or a set of figures that will run minimum of between $300 and $400, when this cost me absolutely nothing. This cost me nothing. This cost me nothing. And since I got the 3 Mandalorians Boba Fett free, this cost me nothing. The rocket launcher cost me nothing. So it was just a matter of just being creative and coming close to the look I wanted. And I think it came off pretty darn well. Like I said, the big dilemma now is, which way am I going to pose them? So we'll pause now and put them on a turn tray so you can see both of them together at the same time from side to side. So we'll be right back. So I just had an epiphany. Maybe a little of it was prompted by my husband. But I could call this one Grogu and name this one, the twin sister, as Groga. There we go. So I could keep both of them. And maybe somebody from Star Wars is tuning in right now, and they will write in a Groga. We'll go side to side so you can see what's here in terms of both ideas. Again, the original thing was Grogu with pram, the piece that connects to the stand, the Mandalorian, and his blaster rifle here, his cape. And if I wanted his rocket, I could have had that on him, but I opted not to put that on him. So anyway, there you go. I think we can probably get some tighter close-ups of the little ones as well as the Mandalorian. We'll be right back. Yeah, the more I think about it, I like the idea of Grogu right here. And Groga right there. Anyway, they're both adorable. What can I say? Here is one last look at what I was able to make with canvas that was tea stained. Couple nails, wood, with this little present-like cargo carrying thing. Don't know what it's carrying. Don't know if this is carrying food or something like that. The shoulder carrier that I made out of a towel, and the twins now, one in a pram and one in the shoulder carry-on. So I hope you've liked what you've seen. If you have, consider giving us a thumbs up and subscribing to our channel. In the meantime, everyone, please have a great day.